All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants with your Week 12 film review, talking about the win over the Patriots, which I was there, and I'm still undefeated at Giants games I've attended. Offensively, we're going to go through like these big plays you're seeing on the screen to Jalen Hyatt from Tommy DeVito and the good plays that DeVito made. We're also, there's going to be a few plays in a row that we hit at the end where I'm going to show you like the biggest issues in DeVito's game right now. And we can even talk about how to develop that and get that better. Defensively, you're going to see Okereke make plays. Kayvon make some plays. Some good stuff on there, and Benton Whitley being the hero. Make sure to like and subscribe. Really do appreciate when you guys do that. We really need it right now. So like and subscribe. Hopefully this isn't the last Giants victory film review. I said it. I said it. Hopefully this isn't the last one. So let's get into it. First play, we're going to go through a Saquon nice 14-yard run. Right, we're going to on weak zone. We're going to see how they play the Giants differently on weak zone towards the end of the game. They did it a few times, but this is good stuff, right? And it's going to start with Bredesen and JMS, right? Like we'll start with Tyree Phillips. Like Tyree Phillips does a good job, pin him out, right? Use that left hand, hinge him out. Good job by Tyree Phillips. But again, we have the three in the nose. So Bredesen, we'll start with him. Good job, right? We're washing. We got to give a lane for Saquon. And when this defensive lineman tries to redirect his weight and make a tackle, finish him. And with JMS, good footwork. We're trying to get around him. He's going to try and redirect his weight to make a tackle. Wrestling background, get leverage, put him on his ass. And just a good job by Saquon. Reading this, bam, cut, go. Nice 14-yard run. Good job by Isaiah Hodgins out here blocking. He stays on his block. Just good stuff all around. Good team football blocking up the run. All right, some DeVito stuff. This is to Jalen Hyatt. And this is good play design too. Again, versus these single high coverages. Nice deep pass to Jalen Hyatt. So, right, these single high coverages, these three deep coverages, these are the areas of the field that you want to attack. Right? So you're going to motion Campbell, right? You're going to motion Campbell. So when you have the back work this way, you're thinking, they've got to cover this, right? They've got, with the back, they've got 3 for 3 with the single high safety. And then over on this side, they have 3 for 2, right? In their coverages. But the Giants are going to run a sail concept from the back side, right? And it's a longer developing sail concept, which the sail concept is a 3 deep read, high, mid, low. But this is long developing, and you need protection to do this type of stuff. So again, Shepard on the vertical. We're going to put Hyatt on the over. And then Bellinger low. And just good patience by DeVito. Hang in there. Make sure that this corner doesn't drop off, right? Because this corner could still like bait you and pass this off to the safety if they really felt confident about it and try and bait you into this throw. And then also with Peppers down low, he's got to commit, right? So you see Peppers going with this. Like if Peppers just commits and covers this, then DeVito's going to check it down to Bellinger for a nice little gain. But Peppers tries to play both men on this. He thinks he's going to Bellinger. Squats. Bam. Big play. I know we spent a lot of time on that play. Again, good protection up front. Got a great double team with these two. Bellinger's giving the help on Tyree Phillips. Thomas is doing his job. Pugh's doing his job. Man, explosive. Good shit. Good team football. Good throw by DeVito. This is probably my favorite throw by DeVito all game. And it's this little hole shot to Jalen Hyatt. All right, so now they're in this cover 2 coverage, right? 2 deep. You've got these guys playing the flat defenders. But again, you carry this, but you got to make sure that, Saquon's not running a little flare out here or an option. Right? And so DeVito reads the front side of this. It's not going to be there unless you want to take this little throw. Reads the front side of this. Comes back to the alert on this with Jalen Hyatt. Read the leverage of this corner, right? Because this corner's trying to play both. You've got this deep half safety. Fired in there. Hole shot. This is where that turn comes from. This is a big issue with DJ last year. Hole shot. Like, this was the one, like, bad area from Daniel Jones' game to me last year. This little hole shot, right? It's not the easiest throw. You got to have good placement, but it's definitely doable, and it creates explosive plays. Like, that's my favorite throw. That's my favorite throw of the game for DeVito. Again, we got good protection up front. Get to step into it. Bam. Another explosive to Jalen Hyatt. All right, on defense, this is the Deonte Banks. Or, no, sorry, this is not defense. This is offense. Could have had another explosive, right? Right, so we talked about that sail concept. You know, Jalen Hyatt come from the backside. Well, this is the same concept, just in a different way, right? See? We got the vertical, we got the corner out, and then the shallow. This is 3rd and 17. I wish DeVito would have hung in on and thrown this one, right? Because, again, we're attacking. Even though, so the safety rotation is what messes with DeVito, right? Because he's looking over here on front to kind of keep these safeties. So this safety rotates down, and they turn this into a cover 3 deep zone, right? But pre-snap, you're looking like at a 2 deep zone, so you're going to have this player carry the vertical, and then you would think this player carries Shep. I wish DeVito would have kind of seen this safety rotation a little better, because we've got what we want on this, right? We've got what we want on this. Like, this player's essentially declaring on this, and then now you have one defender for 2 players. Now, the ball's coming out, but if the ball doesn't come out, right? 31 is going to chase Jalen Hyatt. He's going to cover Jalen Hyatt, and then you would have had Shep over here in this hole, right? Like, this safety is not making the play on that. You would have had Shep over here, as long as he's carrying this vertical. If he doesn't carry the vertical and he tried to cheat on this shit, well, then you got a touchdown to Jalen Hyatt, right? And instead, we check it down. And I get live to fight another day, but it was there. All right, first play on defense. This is the Deonte Banks interception. And this was, to me, a better play by Xavier McKinney, who I thought had his best game of the season. This is a good ball by McKinney, and he ends up getting interception on the same exact concept, but instead of playing down here, he ends up playing deep on that roll. I talk about the versatility of McKinney. So again, you are in cover 3, right? 3 deep zone, and they're running something the Giants like to run. The Yankee concept, right? We've said that word Yankee a million times on this podcast, or this video. Deep post, and then a deep over, right? So Mac Jones, and you run out of play action. Wink sends 6 on this, right? But you've got protection in. Wink sends 6 on this. The run pulls up McKinney, right? And what you're seeing is, hey, this safety's playing deep. This corner's going to chase on it. I've got this area right here. But to me, it's a much better play by McKinney by reading that, turning his head, finding the concept, and getting underneath it. Deonte Banks gets the credit because it's a horrible throw by Mac Jones. I want to talk about the Deonte Banks aspect of this too, because it's good. Because it's a horrible throw, but McKinney's closed this off. Like, this is a McKinney play on this, and most, against most quarterbacks, right? Maybe not an interception, but at least a play. And then Banks, again, a good job, which I've talked about. Like, his instincts are just better in zone than man. I think he's actually played better in zone coverage this year than man. He's got this deep third of the field. Again, passing this off. Right? Seeing this. Passing this off. Flipping. Like, Deonte Banks could have very easily just chased this. Been allowed to chase this on this play, and no one would have ever blinked twice. I don't think he would have been coached up. Like, maybe, but nobody would have blinked twice if he chases this on this, because that's technically his responsibility. Right? And maybe that'll be something teams adjust on, is they'll try and run this post corner out here on this. But nonetheless, playing with instincts, turn your head. Well, you got the deep post. That means the over is usually there. Let's try and get in on it. And guess what? The ball gets overthrown, and you're putting yourself in a position to make a play. That's beautiful ball right there. That's beautiful ball. toe drag swag, Giants ball. Great ball all around. All right, back on offense. Giants are going to run this orbit motion with Wan'Dale Robinson. Going to run a post wheel. This is another one of my favorite plays from DeVito because he's playing smart ball. Ends up being a drop by Sterling Shepard. But again, you're going to use that orbit motion, right? You're going to get Wan'Dale down the flat, and you're going to run, again, another favorite concept of the Giants, which is post wheel, right? You got the post with Hyatt. You got the wheel with Shep. It's a great way to, again, attack those 3 deep coverages, right? Because you force this corner to play with this, right? But this corner does a good job passing it off. And DeVito, which my favorite part of this is you have this player playing on this. Keep him there with your shoulders, right? Don't let him turn his hips and get on there. Just keep him there. And then, good ball by Shep, too. Be like, hey, sit on this, right? They're passing this off. Puts it on him. And Shep just drops it, which is frustrating because that's good football by DeVito. It's good football by Shep too. He just got to catch the ball. Next play. This is what I was talking about. We talked about that weak zone play that the Giants ran. This is how the Patriots adjusted to it, and they did this I think 3 different times versus weak zone, and they had great success against the Giants doing it. Led to some negative runs. So you get in this weak zone. You want to run this weak zone, right? I mean, look at it. Look at the numbers we have on this, right? They're depending on their guys over here. We've got hella numbers on this, but the Patriots did a great job adjusting on this. Not only do they have this head-up defensive lineman crash down, they have him crash down into the A gap, right? Have him crash down in the A gap, and then you have the linebacker fill in the B gap, but you have Kyle Duggar fill from deep out here in the C gap. And now you went from having numbers to not, right? Right? So he's down here in the A gap. He's got that covered, right? So Bredesen's got to stop on that. When he crashes down on that and JMS is going out to this linebacker, Bredesen does the best job out of anybody on this. Bredesen's got to come over to that, right? But then JMS, he's thinking, okay, I got to play to this linebacker. He's got to play on us because Saquon could cut this up. But when they're playing aggressive like this, well, he can just fill downhill, and JMS is not going to be able to get off to that. So Tyree Phillips, who would be working to the safety, now he has to pick that up, but he gets underneath him on that, and you've got yourself a negative run. And again, they did this 3 different times, and again, all to success. It's some good, I thought, some good defensive play calling by Belichick. Here's a 3rd down and 7, and this is some of the dangers of getting in these cover 0 looks, and the Patriots decide to just run it, right? So we've got all these dudes on the line of scrimmage, sick, right? Let's put some pressure on the quarterback. What they can do, and especially when you kind of think these linebackers are going to be bailing back in the coverage and they're just showing this, it can put you in some bad situations run. Now, they ended up stopping this at a 4th and half a yard. But if you're on a different part of the field, that puts you in a 4th and go situation. So you see that this is just a look. We're not sending all these guys. So they end up bailing out, right, which gives the angles to the center and guard to seal this off. The tackle, Brown is always going to win this. And then you just pull 71. You pull your tackle. Again, you just run trap. Right? You down block. Whoever doesn't have a down block right here, you pull him. Kayvon spills this inside. Zeke pops it out. And luckily Simmons is there to make a play, and as athletic as he is. Right? So a good job by Simmons on this. But this easily almost ended up to a 3rd and long conversion versus one of the worst offenses in football. It's the 2nd worst, only to the Giants. Here's the Bobby Okereke interception. Again, another 3rd down. Now, this is the good part of these cover 0 looks, right? We got all these cats on the line of scrimmage. We're looking like, hey, and you don't have the high safety. You're looking like, hey, they're going to be running cover 0, right? Which would mean you got man, 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 man. And then man coverage right here, right? You got man coverage across the board, right? Man coverage all across the board. But instead of sending Okereke, right, and you get the free rusher in Simmons, right, because you get the look you want. We'll see this better from the other angle. You drop Okereke back. He just reads the QB's eyes, plays this rat roll, get underneath, read his eyes, underneath. You know McKinney is taking outside leverage on this, so they're going to throw inside of it. Bam. Bobby Okereke interception. Ends up leading to Giants. But again, so they have a five-man protection, right? Big on big. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So if the back stays in, they've got 6 for 6. So, but again, they take a big on big protection. So right. So 1-on-1, 1-on-1, 1-on-1. He's supposed to be the 1-on-1, but this creates the free rush with Simmons. Jones has got to force the ball out. Okereke does a great job reading his eyes. Getting underneath it. Now let's get the return. Bam. Go. I thought this was 6. Isaiah Simmons, get out of the way, dude. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Almost a touchdown. Anyways, ends up being a touchdown. Good shit, Bobby Okereke. I love watching you play football. Offensively, now we get into a third down. This is a great play call, right? And then Hyatt making a good play. So this is a kind of a combo of mesh and post wheel, right? Two concepts we talked about a lot on these videos, right? So we have the post wheel up front, right? Post wheel, you get it versus man. You get it versus man coverage, right? So yeah, can these guys win versus man coverage on the post wheel? Sure, but it's not the look exactly you want. But in the post wheel, you have the shallow right here, whether you're motion the tight end, bam, but you still have it. And you're running like half mesh, right? Where you're in a mesh formation where you have the tight end on the sit and then Hyatt on the drive route. And again, you get it versus man coverage. You have him manned up on Saquon. So you got 29. He's playing off outside. So you get man coverage. And you've got all this green grass because they're in man coverage chasing. 29's got to go over the top. Hey, and I get it. Make a tackle, right? It's third and 10 or third and 9 or 8 or whatever it is, and you got to take tackle. But Hyatt puts the move on him. Bam. First down, Giants. Again, nice blitz by the Patriots. Da-da! Nice. For a low lope. Just puts the brakes on him. Get upfield. And I am like right here looking at him and let's go. Let's go. Now the touchdown. This is a concept the Giants like to run, but probably want to run, but they don't run a ton. And it's double 7 China or called trench. And Hodgins makes a play on this, right? This is Hodgins making a play because if there's making a tackle here, it's third down. But again, you have the corner route with Slayton, and you have these 2 indie routes, these little 5-yard ins, square ins. Patriots are in a blitz look. They do blitz, right? They blitz with these 3 deep players playing the first down marker. They bracket Slayton on the deep. So you get man coverage. You're not going to throw it to here. So you throw it to the guy who's got man coverage versus off. You're thinking live to fight another day. Hodgins says, I'm not living to fight another day. I'm living for today. I'm going to stiff arm this clown into the ground. Touchdown. I mean, this is just a great effort play by Isaiah Hodgins, right? Again, you get the blitz. Stand in there, DeVito. Fire it in. Bam. Put the brakes on. You got leverage. Put your hand in his face and say, get the fuck off me. Touchdown. Isaiah Hodgins. Now second on the Giants in receiving touchdowns, only to Saquon Barkley, leading all receivers. What do we got next? Back on defense. This is McKinney making a great play. Just cover one, man coverage, making a play from center field. And I challenged him before this game. Not challenged him later, but just on our podcast. Just, hey, let's get your hand on the ball. Let's make some actual plays on the football. Right? Let's not just be a good box safety. Let's make some plays from deep. And boy, did he do it in this game. So again, you got man coverage all across the board. Right? Great man coverage up here by Pinnock on the tight end. Flott, Banks. You got good man coverage. Simmons on the back. Okereke's playing this middle field. Playing this playing this middle of the field. And just a good job by McKinney reading and reacting and being ahead. Right? You see you've got him playing from off coverage, right? So you kind of know that if he breaks in, Adoree' going to break in on this. He did it earlier in the game. So you want to protect the outside, right? Allow Adoree' to play aggressive on this, and you play from center field. Adoree' still has amazing coverage on this. And get your hand on the ball. Almost gets that interception. So close. We'll see it from this angle. Just good reading, good instincts, and gets so close to that being an interception. So close to end up getting a 2-interception game. And on this play, 3rd and 7, almost ended up being another turnover. Just cover 5 or just cover 2 man, right? Again, good man coverage across the board. Let's watch Banks. Press him up. Bam. Let's get physical. Flot, we're going to take inside leverage. We're going to get in that hip. We got the safety help over the top, right? So we're going to take inside leverage. Again, we got safety help. We're going to take inside leverage. Bam. Simmons, manning up on Hendry. Look at that. Look at that jam. Bam. Get him off his shit. Okay, out here. Mac Jones has nowhere to go. And Ward and Kayvon make a play. I mean, look at Kayvon, right? Again, tightening that rush arc. Fight those hands off of you. Like, good get off, right? Bam, we won. We got his hips open. Good shit. Good get off. Now, get his hands off of you and keep that shit tight. Now, he's able to get you around the corner, but Jihad Ward is here. Isn't able to finish the play, but here we go. We got Kayvon. Motor in. Second effort. Get in there. Make a play. Pop that ball out. Good shit. They end up recovering, but that's just great. Like, that's what I love that from Kayvon. Okay, let's just watch Kayvon on this play from start to finish. Bam. Good stuff on a 3rd down from Kayvon Thibodeau. Next play, we're back on offense. What do we have here? So we're going to get into some examples of some bad DeVito ball here. Right? So this is the first and 10, like first down, right? So front side, we got the smash concept right here. It's not there, right? So DeVito gets off of it well, right? They're playing cover 2, like it's not really there. The safety's playing shallow, so it's not there. You're not going to throw it. So we get off of it, right? Good job getting off of it. Got to know where your outlets are, right? They're playing soft on this shit. We've got Wandale right here. We're just walking up into the pocket for no reason. Throw. We've got, and again, there's a lot of times screenshot. This is where this is meant to be thrown, right? If you don't have the front side smash, throw it here. Right? This is where our eyes are at. Right? Slayton's not here. It's not going to be there with Slayton. Hit it. First down. Live to fight the next down, and we end up taking a sack. Or a 1-yard rush or 2-yard rush or whatever it ends up being. So that's the type of stuff where it's like, I feel like even going, like, I feel like not being the starter when Tyrod Taylor comes back would actually help him. Because, like, okay, I can complete some of these throws down the field. I can hit the hole shots, blah, blah, blah. Now let me work on some of the quick game and not having this deathly fear of, like, throwing an interception by being baited to some stuff. Touchdown versus the Patriots. Or the Patriots get a 7-yard touchdown run on this play. I want to talk through this a little bit. It's their only touchdown one. So why did he get in so free here, right? So in the red zone, we want to play aggressive, right? So we see they're running like a split zone, right? So you're expecting a comeback. So how are we filling gaps? Right? We're seeing this. Okereke is seeing this. He's trying to get ahead of a game, expecting a cutback. But he gets a little over aggressive on this, right? And a good read by Ramondre, like reading that. And you end up leaving this lane over. Now, I'm not 100%. I think this may be where Pinnock is supposed to fill. Right in here. But Pinnock also may be supposed to, when this tight end moves, to fill in here. So I'm not exactly sure who this is on, if this is on Okereke or Pinnock. But they end up getting to basically walk in for a touchdown. All right, back on offense. This is beautiful from Hyatt. Good throw by DeVito. Big play. So, again, this is a third down. This is like where all DeVito's plays come from. Third down. So they're mugging up these linebackers, right? They're mugging up these linebackers. So you take your running back and your fullback, your tight end, whatever you want to call Bellinger in this moment, and you mug them up, right? You don't want to give them momentum. You want to block inside out on this. And you've got these off coverage, right? So just a good job. And this is where Hyatt can get so deadly, especially if you add another receiver or have the confidence in him. It's like, we're going to work an inside track, right? We're going to work an inside track. And we know, like, hey, they're going to try to get the ball out quick, right? We're going to assume they're going to try and get the ball out quick when they see this mugged up look. Like, usually that means, like, hey, we're going to throw a speed out. We're going to throw deep curls. Like, we want to get, not the ball necessarily out, just, like, quick. But, like, these are going to be one-cut plays. So they back out all their linebackers, right? They back out their linebackers. We get an inside track. We're going to run an out route, right? We're going to run an out route. So we turn our hips as a corner, and we go after it. Nope, we're going up. And that's where our speed for Jalen Hyatt kills. And just a great job with anticipation by DeVito. Like, again, you run this curl out on the middle of the field. Sees it. Gets off it. And just, again, good anticipation by DeVito, right? Look where the ball's coming out of his hand. And Hyatt's speed kills, right? It's not even a perfect throw, but it's a really good throw. And they back out these linebackers. All right, so the middle of the field is not going to be there, right? When we see that, usually the middle of the field is not going to be there, especially with the play call that they're running. Step up, right? Like, Thomas doesn't have a good rep on this, which usually you can count on that. Thomas doesn't have a good rep on this. Step up, plant your feet, and let it go. Great catch. Big play for the New York Football Giants. All right, so now the next three are going to be some negative from DeVito after doing a lot of good. All right, so we get motion for Wandale. We get a coverage identifier. We're running the smash concept. Wait, what play am I looking at? Anyways, we're looking at this on the front side, right? We got Wandale in this little speed out. We got Saquon on a choice route. We got to throw something here. Right? Like, if you want to get aggressive, look at Pep's leverage. Look at this player's leverage. You can throw the corner to Bellinger, right? If you want to just if we're talking about being aggressive, we can be aggressive. Right? If we want to work on timing, the speed out is there to Wandale Robinson, right? It's there. And then if we're like, hey, we want to go deep, but it's not there, and I was a little late on the Wandale, well, you got Saquon. Throw this ball. It is 2nd and 11. This is going to get you to 3rd and manageable. And instead, we take a sack. And there's absolutely no reason to take a sack on this play. And this is where it's crazy, like the young QB that comes in, usually they're like, all right, give me the quick stuff. It's kind of the opposite with DeVito, which gives you some hope as a backup, is that you can develop like the timing and stuff like that. That's stuff that's coachable, right? But you just can't take this type of sack. You just can't do that. Like that's bad. Like, we got it all. Throw it. Doesn't throw it. And here, we get a motion. We got man coverage identifier. We got a slant flat, right? So we got man coverage. Or sorry, stick. This little stick concept, not slant flat. So you got Hodgins on the stick. You get the man coverage identifier with this because he chases. The linebacker is going over the top. Throw this ball to Saquon. Throw this ball to Saquon. Throw it, throw it, throw it. Yeah, is it fun? Is it sexy? Absolutely not. But throw it. Like, it's very simple. If you get zone coverage, you throw the stick to Hodgins. If you get man coverage, you throw the flat to Saquon. Throw it. Throw it. And instead, we get off of that for some reason. Like, in the linebacker, even, like, the linebacker doesn't try and undercut or anything. Goes over to throw the damn ball. Instead, we got to bracket it. Like, we got nothing. We got nothing. Ends up escaping and then fumbles on this, right? Almost ends up in a turnover. Back on defense, Giants are in a light box, which means 2 safeties deep. You can see their feet right here, right? The Giants don't like to do that. They are in an over front, and this is where you get in trouble playing from these light boxes and from an over front. Teams can run counter. They can run counter on you, right? And they started doing this a lot, even versus heavy box, +1 heavy boxes too, right? So it's very simple. You have this guard, kick out Kayvon. You have the tight end, lead, take his inside shoulder. And then you just read this defensive lineman. Nacho jumps into this, works to get into this gap, which he's supposed to do. Okay, you're playing in a light box, so you got to play it fast. And we got a lane to make a play. This next play, what is... Do I have notes on this? Ooh, you guys are seeing some editing right now. I don't think I have notes on this play. Let's just talk about it. What is it? Okay, they're running counter again. All right, they're running counter, and we got a heavy box this time, right? We got McKinney down. This is how we run counter here with the New York Giants. So they're going to combo here. Okereke, McFadden, McKinney all going to play downhill fast. Aziz levers it, plays the outside shoulder. Bam, Okereke's here. They even worked their double team well, but McFadden's able to scrape over the top. Davison does a good job on this, benching him off. Okereke fills outside. McFadden here. We play good run stop. How about that? Wasn't in my plays. I must have accidentally put it on there, but we'll take it. Good job. All right, here's the McKinney interception. Again, it's the same concept. McKinney's just playing a different role, and he makes a hell of a play on this ball. Right? So, again, it is that what concept? Say it with me. Play action, Yankee. Got the deep post, even though this is more of a vertical than a post, and then the over, right? And this is what you want to attack it versus cover 3, right? Why do you want to attack it versus cover 3? Well, if the safety stays deep, you get this area all of the field if these players aren't able to get depth. If the safety crashes down on it and you got a good fast receiver, you throw the post or the vertical, and you got a nice one-on-one. So Zappe is reading that. He sees, look, I got all this space. McKinney does a great job seeing it, playing it, and then go, make a play on this ball. Man, trusting Banks to carry that vertical, make a play on the damn ball. Good stuff. First interception since 2021 versus Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. I was there at that game too. How about that? Just makes a great play. Good catch, slamming down on it. Giants ball, 32. How about that? Here, maybe play of the game. Patriots trying to run a screen, and Bent Whitley says no. He says no. He says, you're not going to run a screen. I'm going to get out here, and I'm going to put my hands up, and I'm going to pop that ball up. And I'm only going to pop it up. I'm going to look and try and track that ball. Do they win without this play? I don't know. And then Bobby Okereke comes over and says, you're the real hero, Benton Whitley. That's Giants football right there. All right, last offensive play. 3rd and 2. Right, I was actually talking with a coach about this play, and he kind of hated it. Like, why are we going empty with Saquon Barkley and Tommy DeVito on 3rd and 2? And I kind of agree. I do kind of agree. but it was still there. We're going to run mesh out of it, right? Mesh sit, right? Because you're getting it versus zone coverage. You get a zone identifier with this Saquon motion, right? So you're reading the rail with Saquon. Not there. Okay, get off of it. Get off of it. Get off of it. Get off of it. It is not there. Okay, so we get off of it. Cool. We've got good protection. It's all right. So we got it versus zone coverage. So these players are not going to run these drive routes or drag routes. They're going to sit. They're going to sit. Wan'Dale's going to have the actual sit route, but they're going to sit on this. And it's there. And it's there. And the game would have been over. And they end up getting the ball back. Like this would have changed. Like I know they end up missing that field goal, but they probably don't get into that field goal range if this play gets converted. It's right there. That's who you're looking for. This is not me doing a screenshot and not knowing the progressions. This is it. This is it right here. And we try and run. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like this is the throw, right? Like we even stay on this a little too late. Like we should be off of this already, right? He's got outside leverage. You got the safety. That's not what we're throwing. That's not what we're throwing. Like I don't know what's happening here. But that should be a first down. That should be an easy completion. No one should ever talk about how great of a play it is. It should be an easy completion. And this is the last play I'm going to talk about. And this is a little bit of negative defense. This is where some of those man coverage issues can get. So they get in trips, 3-by-1 set, versus these, with all these guys across the line. And where you get in trouble is you've got no second level defenders right here to help make a tackle or protect. And you stay in man coverage on this, and they just kind of run a rub, right? And Adoree has to go over the top on this. And on 4th and 4, and it's even a bad ball by Zappe, right? Zappe throws his ball behind him, and Juju is still able to fight for a first down. And this is where, if I'm the Giants, man, and I know like I'm playing against a guy like Zappe, use some banjo coverage where you switch this, right? Like, switch this. Have Adoree take this. Have Banks take this. Because you know you're going to get that type of stuff. And maybe it's because they don't trust some of the young corners and Banks and stuff right now yet. And Flott definitely has his fair share of mental mistakes too. But that's also where you get in trouble when you're facing trips, right? It's a lot harder. If you get a 2-by-2 set, 2 receivers, it's a lot easier to do that. When you get 3, well, that's where things can get a little more muddy. But still. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry it was a little bit late, but I thought this was a fun film review. Victory film reviews are always fun. Even if you're not in on, like, even if you like or hate that they're winning and you're all about care about this tank, you gotta admit watching these videos is a lot better when they win. You gotta admit it right now. All right, appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go big. Oh, don't do this to me. 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 Don't do this to me.